Doug here, Ellis Car Customs, where there's never a dull moment. Unless you're not into this sort of thing, then it's all dull, and why are you here? So, I appreciate everybody watching the gate video last time. Like I said, I rolled it all into one and dared you to watch it, and by God you watched it. Well, thank you for watching that. So we're going to move on to doing some other things for a while, get away from the gate. It still needs more work, but I need a break from the gate, and I'm sure you do too. So I'm looking at my front fenders here and trying to smarten them up. But take that quick moment to thank all my loyal friends for hanging out with me in the garage, and thank everybody who's been jumping on board lately. I hope I keep earning your business. But I had another idea that I'm just a little channel, and I've had a couple people give me a shout out on their channels or whatever, and I'd like to return the favor. So if you have a little channel like mine and you're struggling to get views or struggling to get someone to notice you, put your info in my comments there, because you know I read them all, and I'll try to take a minute in every video to give a channel a shout out, and hopefully we can all grow our little channels into something. So yeah, if I can help anybody out, I'm more than willing to help out. But with that said, I'll show you what I'm up to. Grab this thing. Obviously the mice were living in here. So I've been digging out the mouse nest there. The fender's in surprisingly solid shape, but they get, $600, $700, $800 or something for one of these fenders, and this one isn't terrible. The worst of it is the bottom corner that goes on all of them, and this one, I can tell, has been patched before, years ago, I'm sure. It looks like it was brazed on there. But this inner support piece here, from here down is good. Basically, it's just this bottom bit here has to be replaced. And the outer skin, of course. And they make a patch panel for these. They used to be reasonable. They used to be like 45 bucks for a patch piece that went like this and just did this bottom bit. Now they're getting like $75, $100 for them. And it's like, why? For what it is. So, in the spirit of the gate, I'm going to see if I can fashion my own patch panel up for a fraction of that cost. Maybe, 20 bucks worth of metal instead of $75 or $100. And make it myself. And show you another example of if you want something bad enough, you can make it yourself. So, that said, I'll get started figuring out exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm probably going to cut the skin off so I can get to this inner support and make that piece first, so that I have something to attach the skin to, because it wraps around here and spot welds to that brace. So basically we just got to, wherever we end the old brace and make a new one, the new skin we make is going to have to wrap around and spot to that new brace section that we make. So I'm going to get to work and I'll show you what I'm up to. So before I cut that piece out there, I figured I'd show you. You can see that goldish hue there. This piece that was put on there as a patch many years ago was brazed. So that's old school repair there. So chances are this was done maybe in the 70s or longer ago. Because, yeah, people didn't braze stuff much after that. But yeah, it was brazed on there. So we'll get to cutting that off there and we'll see what we got. Once again, this is another case of TAD, or tape assisted design. Before I cut that off, I wanted to do a rough sketch out of the shape I need to make and what it's going to take to do it. So when I cut that off, I'll have something as a reference. So this is mostly for the newcomers who haven't seen me do this before. But yeah, you trace out what you need, and then you can transfer this tape to a piece of metal and cut it out and be able to rough it out in the shape you need. I'll bring you back. There, so since this is such a complicated piece with so many twists and turns and curves, I'm making it a piece at a time. So this piece here is gonna fly into there like that, and I left this piece on here now just to kind of guide me to where this has to end before I cut that off for patching the outside. But yeah, that'll follow in there, because that is that piece right there. So now we got to make this piece to be able to join it like that piece does there. That's the piece we got to make to join to this piece so that it does that. So I'll try to make another one and I'll bring you back. So this was our ugliness that we needed to get rid of. That piece of junk there. And this is what we're replacing it with. I think that'll do the trick. Say we'll weld that sucker in there. Like I said, I left that lip there so that I knew about where I had to be with this piece. But yeah, that replaces that piece pretty good, I think. It's not identical, but it's in behind. You can't see it. And it's going to do what we need it to do, which is support the fender. This is this piece here is actually a piece of the rocker that bolts to the thing. So we've got to, here we go. We've got to map out where that rusty bolt comes through in the back here. This would be like, if I can get it right, let's see, yeah, like that. So that bolt there has to come through here, and I think we can make that work, but I'll bring you back when I get a little further. Well, there, we've got it attached to the fender now. So we've got something to build off of now. That stiffened it up in good shape. So now we can make this outside piece, which has to loop around. It's got this body line here, plus it has a swoop there, and that line actually fades into it so that it's almost nothing there at the back side. It sort of grows from there and slightly widens out till it gets to here. And of course we got the lip there that runs along, and Plus it folds back over itself again. So it's an interesting piece. Like I said, I would just buy the patch panel, but where's the interest in that, right? Besides, they get too much money for it. So let me see if I can whistle something up there. So this is the part where our TAD, or tape assisted design, comes in handy, because we made that template out of tape. So now we just stick it to the metal, and we're going to cut that shape out, and it's going to give us a rough idea of what we got to do to make that piece. But I'll bring you back when I get a little further. Well, there, our Fender has a bottom now. I spotted it all along the edge here, and I welded it on the inside. I ended up doing like 2 or 3 pieces because of the fact that it had to wrap around twice and curve at the same time. I mean, it got us into the ballpark of where we want to be, where we're not going to have to fill it with Bondo or anything to make it look like something. And if you ever think that guys like me never make mistakes, you see a little triangle shaped piece here? Well, I cut this piece out forgetting that I actually squared the hole off, so I had to add a little piece there to cover the goober I made. See, I cut it like that, and I forgot when I made this piece, so I had to make a little sliver there. But our bracket or support deal fits in there pretty good and stiffens that sucker up so it doesn't flex or anything, so that's good. And we don't have to be super fancy on the back side because you're never going to see it. It's actually up against like the inner part of the cowl here, so you don't really even see that. But we'll spray her down with some rust reformer after we grind all this stuff. You get as much as you can, and put 2 or 3 coats of rust reformer on it, and that'll smarten that up. And we can put a little coat of tiger hair on there, you know, where we welded it, and rough it out, and put a little filler. And next project is the front here. You can see that's supposed to go all the way, and it kind of peters out there. So this part is decent, should clean up, so we just got to come up and over, make that lip there, and tack that in. The vent tubes there that take in air over the headlights, I mean, it's just got a couple of rough spots here. Here again, this is something you never see when everything's assembled, but I'll clean these up and I'll patch these holes. There's no need to get new ones for a couple of little holes, especially when you're never going to see them. But anyway, so yeah, that's what we got done today. People would wonder, well, why are you working on the Fender when you got so much of the car to work on? Well, it's easy to get burned out on this if you're concentrating on one spot, you know, like we concentrated on that tailgate for quite a while. So it's not a bad idea to jump around, even if we're not going to need these fenders for a while. It's something we won't have to do later. It'll already be done and ready to go when we do need them. So that's my logic, you know, jump around, don't get bored, and you know, do what you got to do. So I'll let you go for now. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you have a small channel like mine and you'd like to give me, or you'd like me to give you a shout out on my channel, we can help each other out. Just leave something in the comments, you know, tell me who you are and what you do. I'll check out your videos, and we'll help each other. We're just little guys. who needs the big guys, right? So I'll talk to you later. Take care.